What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. So today what we got here is this Monstera Albo, and what we're going to do is we're going to repot this back into this pot here with some new substrate, or depending on how much roots we got in here and how it looks, we might downsize it into a smaller pot, but we'll see once we get the plant out of this pot and see how the roots are. Same as the Tycon we did previously. As you can tell, there's a lot of algae in there from excessive light, so we're gonna go ahead and change that up and get into some new substrate. What's in here right now is the same as before, just regular perlite and some leca balls. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer this into some new substrate. The new substrate that we have is gonna consist of crushed lava rock, perlite, pumice, zeolite, and some leca. So let's go ahead and get this out of this pot here, repot it, and let's see how the roots are looking. So give me 1 second and we'll get everything set up. So we got a work tray here as usual. Go ahead and grab this pot out of here. Let's get it out of the substrate and see how we're looking inside the pot. So like I said, in here it's just mainly perlite and leca balls. We'll get these roots out of here. Actually, the roots be looking not too bad. Oh, we're looking pretty healthy. So this is what we're working with. Same thing. Get all the leca balls out of here, and then we'll clean this up. Get rid of whatever root rots in here. I think this one's going to go back into the same pot as well. The roots seem to be thriving, so we're just going to clean everything up, put the new substrate in and then get it back going. So we'll just go ahead and get these balls out of here. Once I get all this out of here, I'll take it to the sink, rinse off all the dead roots, clean everything up, and get it back into new pot. Look. So here's the roots right here. Looks not too bad. Let's go and get that rinsed off, get it cleaned up, and then get it into the new pot. Give me 1 second, guys, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so we back. So I went ahead and washed the roots off. As you can see now, roots are nice and healthy, all cleaned up, ready to get repotted. So what we'll do is we'll get this out of the way for now. Move this. Get our other work tray on here. We'll get our pot. So as usual, like I said, with the substrate, this organic substrate, it does get a little expensive. So what we can do is, if the pot is too big, we can always try to fill up the base with some other stuff, just to fill in more space so we don't have to use as much as the original substrate. So what I got here is some large lava rocks. So what they're going to do is they're going to become the base for our reservoir. We'll just put it in there. That way we're not using too much of the original substrate, and we can use the lava rock as the base because it has good airflow. Well, it will create good airflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these wicks up a little bit. Oh, I got untied. Hold on, guys. Let me knot this up. Originally, I didn't knot this up in the beginning, so I'm going to do that right now so it doesn't fall out of the hole again. Sorry, let me do that again. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all this lava rock in here. Try to bring the wick up so it's not sitting at the bottom. Cover some of that. Get the other one up. Alright, so we're kind of looking like this. So that's going to be our base. A little bit more in there. Perfect. Get that out of the way. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll grab our elbow here and set it in its place and just let the roots seed in there. I like to try to get them in the center, so try to get that in the center. Like that. And then we'll just backfill this. But hey, before I show you the backfill, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the substrate that we're going to be using. So what we got in here, just to show you a little bit, we got leca, irregular leca, crushed lava rock, chunky perlite, super coarse perlite, and zeolite, and pumice, if I didn't say that yet. So that's our mix of substrates we're going to put in there. I'm probably not going to stake this one because I don't think we'll need it. If we do, I can always jab it in later. Let's turn this around so you guys can see. So I'm just going to set the roots in here properly. Try to keep this in the middle there and let it work its way up. And now we just backfill. Go ahead. Get that in there. Down a bit. Put the rest of it. She's sitting up pretty good. Yeah, we don't need a stake in here. The substrate's gonna all the crushed lava rock, leca, pumice, everything will create the support structure for this. So we're sitting pretty good. Put the rest of this in here. That's pretty much it. Get this out of the way. So once we get all this done, I'm just going to move this out of the way for now, and I'm going to show you guys the reservoir that I'm using. Before I show you the reservoir, like I said, the substrate, when you get it brand new, just because it's inorganic, they tend to get pretty dusty. So what you want to do is you rinse it off. I already did rinse it off prior, but since I got it in the plant in here now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a rinse again. That way it'll just, you know, never can be too clean, right? Just an extra flush just to make sure that I get as much dirt out of there as I can before I put it in the reservoir. So I went ahead and flushed this. Everything's good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the reservoir that I'm using. Let me get this out of the way here. So I got this little see-through base right here. It actually spins. How cool is that, right? So that's going to be the base. So what happens is this pot is going to sit in here, and we're going to fill up the reservoir. That way the cotton can wick up the water to keep the substrate moist and keep the plant thriving. So what I got here is water and fertilizer. Guys, remember, when you use inorganic substrates, there's no nutrients that's provided to the plant, so you're going to have to provide your own. Whether it be liquid fertilizer or slow release fertilizer. So what I have in here is my liquid fertilizer. If you guys want to know what I'm using Thrive Plus. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and soak this. Try to get the water and the nutrients through the substrate so the zeolite can kind of absorb the nutrients and hold it there. And then we'll fill up that reservoir so it can wick up over time. That's pretty much it, guys. So let me see if I can get a close-up for you. You can see there's water in the reservoir there. So what that's going to do is that's going to, like I said, wick up the water with the cotton. That way it keeps the substrate nice and moist. Everything else is good. So originally what we did was we potted this Monstera Albo. Originally it was in just perlite and leca is how I started it. Just to get the water roots growing, and as you can see, when we pulled it out, the water roots were actually pretty healthy and happy. So we changed it back into this other substrate, which I upgraded. Guys, if you guys need this substrate, I have it. It's called the Premium Semi-Hydro Tropical Mix. If you guys need to know what each substrate does, let me know in the comments, or shoot me a message, and I can explain to you what each one does and a breakdown on how this method actually works. Alright guys, so here's another one. Monstera Albo, repotted semi-hydro. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys like this, make sure you hit the like button, give me a follow. Like I said, guys, any questions, leave it in the comments, shoot me a message. Till next time. Peace.